Yeah.
So hello all, welcome to my channel. So in this particular video we are going to talk about the operators in the Python programming language. So operators are basically used to perform various operations on the different values that they are containing, like if they are containing integer or float or any other value. So there are basically seven types of operators: arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, identity operators, membership operators, and bitwise operators. So in this particular video we are going to talk about the this four ones, because guys, if I am going to cover all the seven in this video, the video is going to be so long, and I myself also hate the long videos as when I was studying this language. So I prefer short videos so that you can also understand it. So let's begin with the first, arithmetic operators. So again guys, if I run the code here for you, let me clear it and run the code here. So you can see how much outputs are there, and it would be quite confusing for you to see the outputs like this. So again, I am using spider here. So guys, you might be thinking that Arpit, you are saying to use VS Code, but you yourself are using spider. Guys, I am using spider because I want to show you the to run the parts of code, because the whole code is going to messy for you to see the output all one together. So here you can see spider. In the spider, let me show you. So here we are having the arithmetic operations. So the arithmetic operations contain addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus and exponential, these functions. So I hope many of you are familiar with these functions. So we will cover it as fast as we can. So for the addition, here you can see, first let me define these variables. So if I perform the addition, so here you can see 18, so 10 plus 8, 18. It's quite simple. The next, let me run the whole code here because it is quite good to see. You can see all the together. So yes, here you can see for addition we are having two numbers here, 10 plus 8. So 10 plus 8 is 18. Then we are having the subtraction, and 10 minus 8 is 2. But then we multiplying together. For multiplication we have the star operator. So here you can see 10 multiplied by 8 is nothing, 80. So the next we are having the division operators. For that we use this sign. So guys, one thing you can notice, we are having integer values here, but the answer we are getting after division is in the float. So you can see they are not depend. If you are going to store it in another variable, it will be getting stored. It is independent of the data type. So you can store any type of values. So here you can see it is 1.25. The next one is modulus. So for modulus we used percentile sign. So it basically returns us the remainder that is left after performing the operation of division. Like if we divide 10 divided by 8, then the remainder will be 2. So here we can see it is giving us the value 2. So the next function is exponential. For exponential we use two stars consecutively. So this returns us the exponential a exponential b. So here we can see a has a value 10 and b has value 8. So 10 raised to power 8, you can see here we are getting 8 zeros, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So we are getting the 8 values. So the next operator in arithmetic operators is floor division. So guys, floor you can assume something like taking to the ground level. Like if we are having 1.25, so what can be the ground level of that? So you can assume it as 1, because if you are taking it as 2, then it will be like you are taking it upper range. So this is a function in math package also, in which we are having math.floor and math.ceil. You don't have to worry about this right now. So here you can assume as floor division is nothing but taking it to the ground level after the division. Like here we are having 1.25, so the ground level of 1.25 can be 1. Okay, so we are done with the arithmetic operators. So the next operator we are having is the assignment operators. So assignment operators, as the name suggests us, is nothing but assigning the values. In this we assign the values in any variable by simultaneously performing any operation. So like we are performing addition, any arithmetic operation we can perform like this. Here we have performed a is equals to a plus b. Like we want to perform here, I will show you. Here this is a simple assignment operator equal to, in which we are assigning to C the value of a. So if I run this code, so here you can see we are printing the value of C. So it is giving us the value 10, and here as we have assigned the value to a is 10, so the same value is assigned to C also. So this is a simple equal assign. The next we are having is addition, assigning with addition. So here you can see this operation is just similar to if we are doing C is equals to C plus 2. I hope you can see this. So yes, so this is something like this. So this is nothing guys, but the length of the code is reduced sometime because you can do the both thing in one line here. So if I run this code, I am again assigning the seed the value 10. If I run this, so here you can see we are getting 10 plus 2, 12. Here we are getting as the value of C, the value of C here. So if I perform the subtraction, here you can see 10 minus 2 is nothing but 8. So this minus equals to is subtracting and storing the value again in C. This is the case for multiplication. So here you can see 10 cross 2 is nothing 20. For division also, if we perform it, you can see 5.0. If we divide 10 by 2, we are getting 5. So guys, one thing I also want to tell you, that when we perform division, we basically get the float value every time. Like here we are dividing 10 by 2, so it is giving us float value 5.0. So every time we perform, whether it is containing any decimal part or not, we will be getting a float value. So continuing to the next part, we can see here the multiplication. So if I run the code here, so you can see 10 raised to power 2 here. Here you can see I have taken the power 2. So here if I write the code, you're able to understand C is equals to C star star 2. So this is the what this line of code is saying. So we are getting here 100. So next is again the float division. So if I run this code, you can see we are getting the integer value as 5. So the next type of operator we are having is comparison operator. In comparison operator, basically it returns either the value as true or as false. So we can say it returns boolean value, boolean data type values. So here if we see the comparison operator, here I have defined some variables. So here you can see these are basically integers, and here if you remember these, I hope most of you can remember if you have seen my previous playlist, this is nothing but a list. So I am trying to compare both. If I am comparing two integer, then what I am getting. If I am comparing two lists, then what I am getting. So I will show you both of them here. So like if we are comparing two integers 10 and 5, so if I run this, you can see we are getting false because 10 and 5 are not same. And if I run for 10 equals to 10, So I think there is some issue. It must have returned. So let us see what comparison operator do. I think there is some issue with this. I have declared the variable or not. So guys, yes, this is my mistake. I have not run this piece of code, that's why it was giving the issue. So if I run this again, F9, so it is giving us false. 10 and 5 are not same, and second true. So now you can see 10 and 10 are same, so it is giving us the value. So guys, I am running the code in front of you, so there might be some time it can cause some issue. So I am not going to cut this part because it helps you to show that anyone can get error, so you don't have to worry. You have to check the things again and again that where you are getting the error. So next, d is equals to e. Now I am comparing these two lists as their value, the elements they are comparing, they are same. So if I run this code, then you can see it is returning us true because the elements are exactly same in both of them. But if I run this code, d is equals to f, here you can see it is containing 1 2 3, and this one is containing 1 2 3 4. So if I compare them, so it is returning false because they are not same at all. So the next is the not equal to operator. So it is used to compare the two values, and if they are not equal, then it will return true. So let me run. So here you can see they are not equal, a and b are not equal, so it is returning as true. Say similarly, we have all other operators like less than, greater than, and equal to. Guys, for greater than and equal to, first we have to use greater than sign, and then we have to put a equal to sign. So this is the whole thing. So let me run these together. So here you can see we are getting false for a is less than b. So here we can see 10 is greater than 5, not less than, so we are getting as false. For this part, a is greater than c. So guys, 10 is not greater than 10, 10 is equal to 10, so that's why it is returning as false. So the next thing is a greater than and equal to c. For this we can see it is returning as true because we are comparing both condition. It is either greater or equal. So here it is equal, so that's why it is returning us as true. So for less, a is less than c, here we can see it will return false again. Here we can see it. For greater, less than and equal to, it is returning us as true. So here it is. So the next and the not the final but the final one for this video is the logical operators. So logical operator basically contain and, or, and not. So in logical, what we basically do is we try to compare two separate conditions, and for that we check, and it also returns us either true or either false. So we have to check that. So guys, I am going to run this first because I forgot this previous time. So yes, I have done this much. Then I am going to, let me take it up. So here we have and, or, and not. So guys, firstly I want to tell, in the case of and, there are two conditions. If any one of these condition is true, then this is not the case that it will return true. We have to check both the conditions are true. If both the conditions are true, then it will return us a true value. But if one is true and another is false, it will return a false value. So here we can see a equals to b. So here these both are not equal, so we are having false, and the next value is a equals to c, equals to c. So 10 and 10, they are equal, so here we are having true. So here you can see one value is false and other is true. So when we combine using the and, it will return us false. so it will give us false. Let us run this. So here you can see we are getting false. The next condition is OR. So guys, AND is OR operation, or when we are having OR operator in OR, what we, if we are having two conditions, then if any one of them, like this one is true and this one is false, then the if any one condition is true, it will return us true, and if both the conditions are false, then it will return false, and if both the conditions are true, then we are going to get a true. So here we can see we were having false and true, the same case. Let me copy it here. So we are having the same case. So here it was returning us false, but here in the case of OR, we are going to get true. So let me run and show you. Right, so here you can see that we are getting true because we are having OR here. So the third one for operator, for the logical operator, is NOT. So NOT is basically, if you are getting true, then it will return false, and if you are getting false, it will return true. You can say it like it is doing the complement for it. So let me run. So what you can think, what will be the answer for this one? So you can pause the video and think about it, and I hope for most of you the answer will match because it is not a very tough task. So a equals to b, here we are having 5 and 10, so they are not equal, so this part will return us false, but we are having not, so it will return us true. I run. So here you can see we are getting true. So the next one is not of. We can use both OR and NOT together because here we are doing OR between these two, and we are then doing the NOT for that. So here if you can see, this a equals to b is false and this is true, so this whole will return us true, but here we are having the NOT, so this will complement the boolean value and will give us false. Here you can see it, we are getting the false. So guys, this is all for these four logical operator. We are going to discuss identity operator, membership operator, and the bitwise operator in the upcoming videos. Guys, these operators you might think they are very easy, but when it is the case of time of interview, then many of us forgot the small things. So these operators are very important, and the other operator that I am going to discuss in the next video, they are also very important because these questions are also used in the competitive programming for NOT, XOR, OR, and AND. So they are basically used because they deal with the binary data. So they are very important, and many competitive programming questions they are also used. So I hope you like this video. Please do subscribe the channel if you like the video, and please do like. Thank you all. I will